Welcome to your Pisces season monthly forecast. This is the Peace Dealer, and this is also the very last monthly forecast that I'm going to be doing on Patreon. I'm closing Patreon off with this last cycle. Shout out to Patreon. It has served me very well, and shout out to y'all who have been faithful patrons, whether you joined and then left or joined and stayed. Thank you very much. I'm going to be moving my talents to YouTube. I realized recently YouTube has a membership platform, so instead of having people do memberships here, and here, I'm just going to bring everything to YouTube. So if you have been enjoying these Patreon services, first of all, when you watch this video, delete your membership so that you don't get charged for April. But everything that you see here, I'm going to be doing on YouTube. And it's going to be really awesome. I'm going to have more scheduled content. And I'm going to be running that more like an app for now. But other than that, Pisces season to end all seasons, and appropriately guide us into the next chapter, because this new cycle in Aries is going to be a sneak peek of this new dawn of light that humanity is getting ready to venture into circa 2024. Saturn and Mars are going to be in Aquarius March 31st, middle of Aries season. So you really want to see this Pisces season as wrapping up 12-year cycles, 248-year cycles, and 28-year cycles, and another year cycle as we see with Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. And also helping us really recognize the divinity in our lives and how we can fully integrate that sense of spirituality into our lifestyle. And as such, it's very important that you examine where Pisces is in your chart. Neptunian influence transit like this blends energies, the good, the bad, and the ouglé. And so those of you who, like myself, have Moon Neptune natally or just very intuitive, you're going to be picking up a lot of garbage. You're going to be picking up a lot of psychic trash. You're going to be picking up a lot of negativity. And this is nothing you need to take personally. Pisces is very much so the waste bin of the zodiac. Everything that sparks in Aries meets its death in Capricorn winter. We reflect in Aquarius, and then we release in Pisces. This ending, of course, makes way for a new beginning, and I inadvertently pulled the moon card, which in tarot is Pisces. But this, honestly, is just having you sense more so raw, unfiltered, unresolved, unprocessed emotions that people have subconsciously, consciously. It's the thing with Pisces, it's very blending. It blends the new with the old. So we're stepping out of the old fog and stepping into the new energy. And as you shed layers of yourself, this is going to kind of invoke a harsh reaction to others who may not be used to this newer sense of yourself. Is it new? No, it's a greater sense of yourself. Be very mindful of the extreme reactions that are had to just you simply being you. That has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the weakness on other people's parts who can't control their energy. And so they're just using you as like a venting board, a sounding board. It's just with Mercury retrograding on Neptune, a lot of this is happening behind the scenes. A lot of this is happening subliminally. And this is everything that your subconscious is picking up directly. And okay, this is where if you have a sense of humor, you actually want to find funny this lack of integrity that you're going to see people exposing their true colors with. The weird thing about this energy is that people will be willing to hide behind a veil of rhetoric, a veil of corporate bullshit in order to get away with the deceptive things they're doing. What they don't know is that all of that's going to bite them in the ass. So all you need to do, as true as Mars and Capricorn, is just stay true. all this Cap energy is squaring Aries. You can look irate. You can look crazy because you're reacting to any lack of integrity happening to you. Doesn't matter how crazy you look. Stay in your integrity. Whether that looks crazy, whether that looks like you're shouting like a madman, stay in your integrity. It's geared to pay off. Especially with what I pulled for the cards, Pisces season is going to end with a bang. It's going to definitely reward us who have stayed true and prepare us for this new cycle as well. So as you can see, this is the chart for the beginning of Pisces season. And as you can see, this is the chart at the end of Pisces season. As we end Pisces season, Saturn is going to be sextiling the sun 29 degrees Pisces and bringing forth a very clear realization of what you have completed and manifested in your world. This is getting ready to make a most important shift in a short few weeks from this point, but we're going to see Venus make its way into Taurus and Mercury make its way back into Pisces after the retrograde. Especially, most importantly, Mars, that's going to be dead conjunct Jupiter, initializing the climax of this incredible evolution of power that you are aware and feel building up even up at this point. I like how we've ended each season with a balsamic phase just to give this a more cyclical, traditional sense. But you definitely want to keep in mind, as we can see at the end of Pisces season here, everything that we're going through right now is leading into a climax and a culmination for you to gain hindsight understanding of everything in your entire life that has led you up into this point. But now the South Node is involved, and Pluto is involved, and Saturn's involved. So this is now also bringing in your ancestors and your ancestors' ancestors, and you're taking stock of everything beyond you that has got you here. And every day of Pisces season especially is going to highlight this, especially as soon as we kick off March. Mercury, which is retrograding out of Pisces, now that it has passed the sun and given us this epiphany of a new way to experience our reality, is going to go back into Aquarius on the 3rd, and it's going to now change the way we process knowledge in order to pretty much account for this recent epiphany we've had. So up until now, you should have received a recent epiphany that once this goes back into Aquarius, you're changing your thinking applied to this new information. But what's really amazing is also the 5th, when Venus goes into Taurus. This is where you're really going to sense a lot that you've been working towards come hyper real because of the influence of Uranus and Taurus. Venus is at home in Libra. This is where it gets her connotation of relationships. Venus also has dignity in Taurus. This is where we get into the money aspect of Venus. Ironically, I say that as I have, these bills that wouldn't fit in my wallet. But other than that, this is you taking all the action and the work that you've built while all this Capricorn energy since 2008 really has been more evoked, and you're manifesting it with Venus. Venus is like your purse. And so you're taking all this Cap energy and you're monetizing it. And let's just say Venus coming back around is upgrading the purse you walk around with. What type of worth and value have you evolved? And the reason why this is important is because it's going to be sextiling Mercury going back into Aquarius. And this is going to really work towards continuing to change the way you even manifest in light of new evidence. What's the most important about this on the 7th and the 8th rather, when Venus is conjunct Uranus, is that Neptune will be conjunct the sun. And Neptune on the sun is happening while Mars is basically close enough to this triple conjunction to where it could be felt so much more. And ironically, this is also going to be happening during the full moon in Virgo, so that this grand Earth trine could establish a new foundation relative to our transcendent breakthrough, to not only give you a game changer in how you manifest, but to fundamentally begin to change how you perceive reality in relation to recent evolutions, downloads, and just a deeper understanding of yourself and your life. I like to take things extreme and make it sound mystical, but we don't have to do that. You've lived so long. You have now uncovered up in this point deep insights about your own behavior and routines that have really fleshed out your character, let you know what really needs to change that much more. But why this is so important is Venus on Uranus, game changer. This is you getting ready to manifest more abundance. That's not falling out of thin air, that you have worked so hard for. Because a lot of this work was inner work. And now it's being in a position coming into Aries season where you see this played forth miraculously. And I think that's really the challenge of this Pisces season. It's accepting miracles that you could have never seen coming. Because, with Mercury retrograding, you might try and make too much logical sense of this when, you don't need to make logical sense of a miracle. You need to accept a miracle, right? You don't have to have logical sense about trusting God. You just have faith. So this is that energy that is not only going to challenge these notions within some of you, but now with this full moon, be the turning point towards preparing us for this new cycle, concluding once and for all this old cycle, and manifesting your greatest dreams into real existence. So from this full moon into the third quarter square in Sagittarius is perhaps one of the most important parts of the transits. Mercury will have gone direct after the full moon. And the third quarter square is important because whenever we have mutable sign seasons, first quarter square in Gemini that we're going to have this week is adjusting your focus. We had a new moon, which is activated a new dream within us. It's expanding forth the vision that we had new moon in Sagittarius. So this is now helping you understand that vision by setting the intention for a new dream, a new fantasy. And I have to say fantasy because Neptune is involved, but a new life. All right. It's very much so like Sag, which was purely new life. This is a more dream life. And it's not meant for you to just make fantasies, right? But it's just meant for you to dream bigger so you have a greater ideal to lead toward. The first square in Gemini is fleshing out this week. This is what you dream, but this is what's true about what you dream. So yeah, you might dream that you want to be a unicorn, but hey, what's true is that human beings cannot be unicorns. We have not discovered that yet, if that's really true. And that's a horrible example, but the Gemini square is going to at least uncover what's actually true that you can work with. And so you must now adjust. Then the full moon fleshes this out as to what's real. We know that, okay, I can't necessarily just turn into a unicorn, but when the full moon is full in Virgo, I can buy a unicorn horn and I can buy horse wings. And so now we've compromised with the opposition. Am I really a unicorn? Inside, yes, I am. But I've been able to compromise to where I can now really manifest a version of a unicorn that's not exactly what I dreamed, but hey, it's even better. That's the full moon in Virgo, fleshing out what's real about our dreams that we can actually create. And now the most important square, which is the Sag moon on the 15th and the 16th, is going to key you into what your dreams actually mean so that you will see visually evidence of your dreams manifesting. And this square is going to be like, this is what you wanted. This is what it actually looks like. And hey, what it actually looks like may not be what you wanted. Or maybe you want more of it because you see it. And this is the final adjustment that's going to kick us into the actual new moon in Aries as we go into the Aries cycle. We also want to look at the moon in Capricorn while the sun is going to be at the end of Pisces, because this is going to revisit when the sun entered Pisces, where Mercury is now. and have us grow in one short season to see how much more we understand this evolving power. So when the sun entered Pisces on the 19th, the moon was in Capricorn and Mercury went retrograde. This was us having to change our perception, Pisces, about this power we're evolving. And so we go through a whole month of discovery to where we're concluding on this lesson, concluding several cycles. And now moon and Cap is, okay, I've understood so much more about now how my power is evolving. Now I can directly apply it. It's lit. Then we step into a balsamic phase and boom, Aries season. Okay. So one highlight of this season is, I think the key here is Venus. Venus is going to be working to open up space for you to effectively manifest everything you've been working towards and everything that's been being set up for the first time ever in some cases. So as you really get in your bag, keep in mind that the more you own up to the worth and value you know you deserve and are worth, the more Venus will manifest in tandem. But the unconventional nature of manifestation that will be had that was not like this last year, as we can see, Uranus was literally in Aries and had just come into Taurus, is going to allow you to automate income. It's going to allow you to exponentially make more income based off of models that you have proven work, and to come into so much amazing investments. So that is Pisces season in a nutshell. It's going to make more real the dream than ever. It's going to make more real in understanding your psychic ability than ever. It's going to remove all the confusion and kinks you've had with synchronicities. Now that you've removed old thinking, faulty limiting beliefs that got in your way of understanding your power, now this is about integrating this fully into your lifestyle as we manifest this cycle, September of 2020, Virgo season, where we've completed that lesson and it's real in our lives and you're using telekinesis and it's crazy amazing. So now I'm going to pull a card and an oracle card for the signs, and then I'm going to pull a general one for everyone after I'm done with Pisces. Please keep in mind you want to watch all 12, okay? But other than that, Aries, we do have the 5 of Wands for you. The 5 of Wands is talking about brainstorming and also being in a position to class personalities. You want to put yourself in competitive situations. This is literally about differences in personalities, and I got differences here. So you want to find ways with which you can utilize these differences instead of let these differences between you and others kind of set up petty competition and just weird, awkward situations. Embrace the differences and find ways to compromise into compliments instead of competition. Nothing wrong with competition. I'm a fan of it, but you want to make sure you're not wasting time trying to outshine someone else instead of combining differences. So Taurus, we do have the 4 of Cups for you. 4 of Cups is saying Pisces season is not only going to allow you to contemplate, but it's going to bring you new opportunity based off of you willing to open up to new ideas you were not expecting and will come out of thin air just like this cup. And similar to this 4 of Cups, you might be trapped. You don't want to be trapped in complacency. You don't want to be trapped in just not feeling like doing much, okay? I see this season as breaking you out the trap by being willing to sort through your emotions. Gemini, we have the Strength card and we have the High Priestess of Earth. I'm going to say she's the same person, all right? This is definitely a passionate woman who's also going to provide great grounding and genius insight regarding greater abundance. If anything, Gemini, a lot of you are going to learn how to monetize artistic avenues and passionate routes, that the high priestess of earth will give you wisdom on how to ground, so you're having fun, but it's also practically working for you too. This is awesome. Okay. Cancer, we have the 5 of Cups, which echoes Taurus. Whereas Taurus is contemplating Cancer, you're having to make do with some disappointments. You're going to have to accept that something is not going to work out the way you want to. And that doesn't mean that it's over. It just means that you have to be okay with, accepting certain disappointments. This is clearly related to stuff that's already happened. So you don't have to worry about something happening that will upset you. This is more you just coming to terms with what you have to already accept. And we have hope. So please understand, like, even though, you may realize certain things are not working out the way you want them to, doesn't change the fact that there is clear hope here. So it's not like things are ruined. You want to make sure you don't allow yourself to think like that when there's definitely still a lot of positivity in your favor. Leo, we have the Ace of Swords. So you're breaking through into a new way of thinking and a brand new idea this season that's also going to help you claim victory, because in your sense, I get the sense that certain energies are, I'm not even going to say people, certain energies are not really willing to see you properly or not give you the benefit of the doubt. And this Ace of Swords is like proof. It's like, here you go, MFers. Like, you tried to doubt me. Here it is right here. Like, you can't deny this. And you're just going to be taking that sword everywhere. Okay. We have confidence. So like once this way to communicate breaks through, this epiphany, it's going to skyrocket your confidence. Cause let's just be honest. You cannot argue with the truth. Dumb people do that. Foolish people do that. But the truth is undisputed to this day. The truth is the truth. And you're going to really feel that because this is your truth. You're really curating out here, and it's going to add so much to your power. Virgo, we have the Page of Swords. This could be someone from law enforcement, working for a government agent that's spying on you. This could be you really inquiring to gain new ideas. Be very mindful. The Page of Swords is someone watching you from a distance. And if this isn't you watching someone from a distance, then just know you're being watched. Okay. What else is new though, Virgo? We also have movement. So with the Page of Swords, you may be alerted to the truth about a scout looking out for places to you, or just kind of inspiring you with new ideas moving forward. Or you might just be moving away from these lurkers, Virgo. Libra. Card that we have for you is the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is bringing a definite sense of sacrifice, hopefully not betrayal. The Three of Swords is actually Saturn and Libra, so there's an affinity with you here. But if you're not making sacrifice or separating yourself from toxic influences, be very mindful of just certain individuals or energies showing you their true colors. And we get this also with movement. Well, I'm going to shuffle this again to get another card. Nice. It's about to be 11 degrees. We got this with hope. So once again, I'm going to take a leaf from Cancer here. This is pretty much more so sacrifice for you. So whatever occurs, there's still hope beyond it. I feel like this is just a necessary evil that has to occur to put you on game before it's too late. I really don't see this as a setback at all for you though. But just a part of this releasing Pisces energy. Scorpio, we have the Five of Wands, the same card we got for Aries. This is you, whereas Aries is more clashing with different personalities. This is you brainstorming. This is you working with others who clash with your personality so you can find ways to complement your energy with them. And also, find more time to just have fun and do leisurely exercise. We have hope again. This card is coming up a lot. Hold on. The High Priestess of Fire is going to stimulate you with infinite energy as well. I see this as you, Scorpio, having to just like play more pickup basketball games, play some volleyball, pick up some extracurricular activity, put yourself in competitive situations, because the High Priestess of Fire is going to have you shine through them. So you don't want to see competition as something to shy away from. You want to see it as something to actually encourage, because you'll just know you're going to stand up from any competition. Okay. Sagittarius, we have the Five of Pentacles, and that card is coming with hope once again. So I'm not going to shuffle this again. Hope keeps coming out for you, for Libra, for Cancer. This makes sense because this is all about loss. You might take a financial loss. You might feel alienated this season. Pisces is your 4th house, so it's not the easiest to go through as Sag. Oh, wow. That's wild. I split the deck and I pulled Death, and then I also pulled the 4 of Swords. So once again, like, you just might be dealing with influences that are pretty meaningless, not really adding any value to you. But once again, the hope is saying there's hope through this. This is really just so you can see who is your real friend and who's just your friend when you're popping. Okay, I don't see this as you having to deal with financial ills, although if you do, it's not about the money. You're going through a 2nd house reconstruction phase. I feel this is more emotional for you. I feel this is more like just not feeling worthy. You need to remind yourself you're like glamorous. Even when you don't feel shining, you still the light. So there's that. But tap into that hope, Sag. Capricorn, we have for you the 7 of Pentacles. Pisces season is definitely going to be a pause season for you to reflect and just allow your current work to grow. Just allow the seeds you've planted to be nurtured, okay? Definitely allow this time to make assessments about what needs to be changed subtly. Hope keeps on coming up for me. What the hell? Let's do this again. Looks like all y'all just need to have some hope through this watery, fishy season. We do have letting go, which is a very Piscean theme. So that's really self-explanatory. Let go of what you no longer need to hold on to, Capricorn. You should know what this is by now. Aquarius. We got the Emperor. You claiming power and authority. Please be okay with more rigid, disciplining influences so that you can just get your shit together if you all don't already do. But I see this as you just really, grabbing your cojones and just claiming that authority, like walking into a room, letting people know you're there without having to say a word. And we have summon. So how do you harness your power? This card is specifically about how do you communicate with your power? How do you harness it? How do you make it appear? And this is the card of masculine power. So you're going to be summoning that. Some of you are going to be summoning male deities like Zeus, like Thor, like the Horn God, all right, to really move forward through this period. This is going to be you summoning a more powerful divine masculine presence through you or with you. And that's just lit in every way. Pisces, of course we going to pull this card for you. I can't even say I'm surprised. We got the 4 of Wands, which is all about celebration and happiness. But the Oracle card that we got here, wait a minute. But the Oracle card that we got here was Forbidden. So Forbidden, this looks like a taboo party of some sorts. Let me read this. As your goddess, I am sending you this warning. You are about to enter into a situation that will not be easy and could cause you or others pain. Not all doorways are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Not all love is expressed, and not all desires are realized. Right now, I'm saying no to you. The symbol for forbidden also reminds you that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of my ways of protecting you. I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. It is for the best, even if you don't believe it right now. This is a symbol to move on and choose another path. So if you get invited to a party and it doesn't go through, that could be forbidden, but this is what I'm picking up. I think you are forbidden, Pisces. Because this is all about creating a sanctuary. I think you're tapping into some taboo energy that you're going to understand and strengthen greater, power and prowess to. I think you're going to take something that was taboo and forbidden and make it cause for celebration, which I think is quintessentially Piscean. But other than that, you guys stay blessed. Oh, I'm going to pull one more for everyone. Oracle card we have is Reminder. Don't forget that you're amazing. And if anything, you're going to get a much needed reminder coming shortly this week that'll be personal to you. And the tarot we have is the Four of Cups, the same card we got for Taurus. So while you're contemplating your emotions, I feel like you're going to uncover a hidden gem within that reminds you of, what you need to keep striving forward, what you need to really just keep accomplishing what you've been accomplishing. So thank you so very much, guys, for your patience. You stay blessed as always. Once again, this is going to be the last one I'm doing on Patreon. This time next month, I will have launched the YouTube membership. So hopefully you can join that. I'm going to have way more tiers, way more content that's being offered. So other than that, you guys stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace.